What's up, Game of Thrones? It's your boy DJ11 here, back at you with another quick vid. And hey, we got number 7 just around the corner. Actually, we got it just a couple hours away. So I thought I'd do a couple quick predictions and see if they actually come true tonight. So let's check it out. Jaime treats with a legend. The Blackfish has returned and he's taken back River Run. Jaime goes to talk him down and try to get him out of there, but we all know this is going to go over like a box of rocks. Blackfish just basically came out to see his golden hand and to see what BS terms the Kingslayer might have to bring. He doesn't really care, he's just bored being under siege.
I assume you have returned to fulfill the oaths you swore my niece. You promised Caitlin her daughters in return for your freedom. Do you wish to resume your captivity? Your old cell is still available. We have put fresh rushes on the floor. And a nice new pail for me to shit in, I don't doubt.
The Blackfish lets Jaime know that as long as he's still standing, the war is not over. What a boss. The cool thing about the Riverlands is the show should be able to stick to the story pretty close and not have to deviate very much from it at all. If they are switching to the books, I won't spoil it and tell you exactly what happens here, but it would be a funny place for them to switch it up and do something different. Our two ancient houses face collapse because of your stupidity. I think this is when we're going to get Cersei's famous line, I choose violence. I think she's going to break it down like, if it comes to this or that, then I choose violence, and looks up at the mountain. The Queen of Thorns is absolutely sick to her stomach that this is happening to her grandchildren. She's going to do whatever she has to get them out. Now, I know Marjorie's planning on her own thing, but the Queen of Thorns is not just going to sit idly by and let this go down. If you remember, a couple seasons back, Tywin Lannister was sitting down in the same fashion writing a letter, and you know what happened after that. That's right, the Red Wedding. Please believe the High Sparrow and the rest of those crazy zealots will all be getting what's coming to them very, very soon. I did what I had to do to survive. They make it look like Glover's gonna come hit her or something, but you know he's gonna come up and give her a big hug, and therefore the Northern Conspiracy will be revealed. I think this is some fancy editing, and then she's going back and forth. I think she might be at Bear Island, and they're like, I thought you married a Bolton, you're a Bolton now. And that's when she looks back and probably tells whatever Lady Mage or whatever woman's at Bear Island that I will always be a Stark. But if she's just a Stark, why is she sealing that letter she seems to be writing, stamping it with a red seal wax? Wouldn't it be a gray or white seal wax? Are they just trying to make it look like Sansa's actually the one who wrote the pink letter? Wow, that would blow my mind. We then flash over to Yara telling Theon that we are going to take back the Iron Islands. I'm sorry, when exactly did you have it? Now, I know there's no way to exactly do it how they do it in the books, but they're going to have to find a way to show just how sick Euron really is. If any of you haven't read that new Euron chapter, The Forsaken, I highly suggest you go out and do so immediately. So sweet. He died for us, and if we're not willing to do the same for him, then we're all cowards. This is pretty self-explanatory. Tormund's telling them they gotta get up off their ass and go back to war. But like most men, they finally got what they want. They got south of the wall and they got some land, so they're just trying to chill and make a life for themselves. They don't want to go back to war. Finally you bring back my favorite character. You know, other than 1-1. It's about time, guys. And yeah, just like everybody else, I think he's going to be the one that puts his arm around Podrick and grabs him back, just joking around. But yeah, it's going to be great to see Bronn back on the scene. I think just like Jaime, I know I wouldn't want to go into any battles without my main man Bronn with me. Now I'm split on this picture. I'm not sure if these boots belong to Ian McShane and its good brother bringing more dead bodies to the gravedigger. You know who that's going to end up being. Or, since it's Davos actually talking when this scene's being shown about how the dead are coming, it could mean that this is actually a Northman, which maybe it's Ramsay and he just killed a bunch of the women and weaker wildlings, and this is what's going to force all the wild warrior wildlings and men wildlings into action, and that's what's going to actually help them fight for Jon Snow in the battle for Winterfell. But if I truly go with my gut, it's my man Bronn walking through the siege of Winterrun, making his first appearance of the season. It's about damn time. Looks like Sansa's starting to collect a few houses. I guess the North truly does remember.
We war, it's between the living and the dead. And make no mistake, the dead are coming.
Just like he did at the Iron Bank, Davos is going to give another inspiring speech to Bear Island and get them all aboard the North Remembers train. Hashtag put a Stark back in Winterfell.
It is all the same to the many-faced god. One way or another, the gift will be given. One way or another, a face will be added to the whole.
I think Arya and the Waif are going to get into one bloody battle, and it's going to be close, but Arya's going to get her and leave her for dead, and Jaqen's going to show up, and he's going to look down at her and say what we just heard, and it'll actually be him that finishes her off, because she failed. When Jakon finishes her off, he's going to reach down, pull off that little girl face, and we are going to see that it really was Bruce Lee under there after all, and thus making it the Broken Man from Bravos. Of course, we all know the Broken Man in King's Landing as Loris, and he is definitely broken. But hold tight, little brother. Big Sister's got a plan. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried our Broken Man from the north is going to be Little Recon. Do you like to play games, little man? Ah. The other option for Broken Man of the North could be, yep, Jon Snow. He could be broken spiritually and physically. And we all know anytime you're talking about a broken man, Theon is definitely going to be on the list. So I'm guessing the big reveal is going to be the Hound's back, a truly broken man, and he's been reformed. I've been going back and forth, and now I'm back to saying I don't think there is going to be a Clegane Bowl. I think once he's fixed, he's going to be done with battling, and he's not going to want to have any part of it. No matter how many bitter memories he has, the Hound is done fighting. And of course, my biggest reveal, that does not look like any woman's body, that does not look like any woman's breast, that does not look like any woman I've ever seen's nipples. I'm telling you, that is Rhaegar Targaryen. That is the cut that Robert's Warhammer left in his chest. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, we did just get our very first Rhaegar sighting on Game of Thrones. So there you have it, a few bold predictions from your boy. I think that might just happen, and we only have a couple hours to wait to find out. Number 7, right around the corner, just a few hours away, and I cannot believe how fast the season's flying by. But you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun, and you know you're always having fun watching Game of Thrones. So yeah, we're going to figure it out. We're going to see if we're right, and we'll get right back at you at the recap right after the show. So until then, game on.